Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 will take us to the 8th of December, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe we'll try in a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. About to Christmas Day, can you believe? Wow. Don't know. And talking of Christmas, we've got the Temp Christmas update coming up for you a little bit later on as well. So look out for that a little bit later on. But just say that the first video today was our 6am UK weather forecast. We've also released the extended European outlook with the ECMWF extended file. So check out those two vids if you'd like to do that. Like, share, and subscribe on all of today's videos content. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I'm certainly finding myself a little bit out of breath. I don't know, I'm on my last legs, I think. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Thank you so much to Jonathan Milner for the super thanks here on the 12th winter update. I'm so sorry, Jonathan, that your shout out is so late. I only started going through the comments on the 12th winter update this morning, and I saw that you're giving me a super thanks, so that's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for doing that. And I'm so very sorry that your shout out and pinning your comment is very late. It's just a really busy time for me and the GavsWeatherVids at the moment. But I do eventually get round. And going through all of your comments, you know. So I thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. So just to say that if you want to give a super thanks on any videos, all you need to do is find the thanks button. You can do that either here underneath the videos or by clicking the three little dots there, and the thanks button is hidden away sometimes behind the dots. So thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support, all of your super thanks and donations and being channel members and super chats on the live streams, etc, etc. It does mean a huge amount. It helps to fund the channel as well and keep the channel in business. So thank you so much, everybody, for that. And a special thank you to Jonathan Milner for the super thanks there. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, let's start off the video then. Going to begin with central temperature. The CT is currently sitting at 8 degrees, 8.0. So this is coming down now. That is 1.6 degrees above 61.99 average. That's provisional to yesterday, to the 27th of November. I reckon that's going to get into the set. Well, he's definitely getting into 7. So I reckon that'll be somewhere between around 7.7 and maybe 7.5 by month's end. It'll be very interesting where we land with that, but we'll be under 8 degrees. These are the 500 millibar height anomaly flow charts for Penn State University for the next week to 10 days. We've got the ECM here on the top. Ooh. It's got the ECM on today's here. It's got the ECM on top, and the GFS down here is on the bottom. Now, 500 millibars, 80,000 feet, is an area in absolute high pressure, low pressure, up being moved around by a jet stream running above. Red extrapolates to above average heights, which is high pressure. Blue to below average heights, which is low pressure. This halving is looking at 7 to 10 time frame, so still with blocking signals, still with blocking around Greenland and back into the Arctic as well. However, it's this area of low pressure that's becoming the dominating factor, with the jet stream returning back northwards again. So we're actually breaking down the cold spell there in the 7 to 10 day time frame, and returning excuse me, more I'm on my last day, turning more Atlantic driven and milder, wetter, windier there. This time the GFS is looking, again, still with quite a strong blocking signal there with the GFS, a lot of high pressure around Greenland, again back into the Arctic, but the blue colours, that's low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, along with the jet stream pushing northwards too, so turning more unsettled, turning more westerly. Is it a return of the deluge? I wouldn't go that far, but it definitely looks like it's becoming more unsettled there next week and into the second week of December. And as it does so, as the westerly winds start pushing in, the temperatures will start lifting up as well. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at Southam today, which is very close to Napton on the Hill, or Napton on the Bridge, and all these places are really close to Daventry, so not all that far from me. This is a suggested location from my good friend Jack Lowe. So it's Jack for suggesting it. So you're doing okay, Jack. And looking forward to our dinner next week, my friend. Anyway, upper air temperature for Southam. So the red line, I say, is the 30-year temperature average for Southam. Starting off below average at the moment. Can go even cooler or colder actually as we go into the opening days of December as well. So we've got about a week of cold weather to come, below average temperatures for the next week, and by the weekend we're going to be starting to see temperatures get much more freezing ready from Wales to the Midlands northwards with some harsh overnight frost. Second week of December sees a big change, so you'll notice the upper air temperatures lifting up, then returning to average, probably going mild average. It's a little bit of scatter. We do have a cluster of colder ensemble members down here, but the trend is clearly an upwards one as we go from the first week into the second week of December, so becoming milder. At the same time, became more unsettled as well, so a lot of dry weather to come over the next few days, rest of this week into the weekend. Not completely dry, there might be a little bit of wintry conditions around at times, but generally quite dry into the opening days of December. But then into the second week of the month, big change, much more aware precipitation by its bed, and so it looks like it's turning milder and wetter there. Snow row is looking like this. So a few snow spikes still showing up around the beginning of December through here. And then a few more actually around the 8th to the 10th of December. So we wait and see what's going to happen with snow. It's not a classic snowy scenario by any means, but there could be a few little surprises coming up over the next few days. We'll see. Temperature anomalies for the 28th of November, September, solidly cold on average, so any warmer is beyond that time frame, so significantly below average temperatures, not just for the UK and Ireland, but for most parts of Europe as well. And precipitation anomalies for the 28th of November, 6th of December, they're coming out drier than normal as well. The latest Windflow Map from earthnullschool.net shows that we've got an area of low pressure in the North Sea and more low pressure is in the Atlantic. In between, though, we've got a ridge through the country today. Okay, let's start going through the chart data then. The UK Met Euro is back at the wetter today. Today. So this is how things are looking for midnight on Friday. Low pressure over France, high pressure blocking around Greenland, Iceland. Winds coming in for cold east or northeast easterly direction. A cold start to meteorological winter on Friday, 1st of December. Stays cold into the weekend as well. Might be a chance of a few snow showers or maybe something a little bit more significant over the weekend, so I'll have to keep updated about that. And then into the beginning of next week, this area of low pressure starts coming in from off the Atlantic, and that's having a struggle to push in as well, so that is bringing some milder air into the south. But on the northern edge of that low, there could be some snow. Again, it will depend greatly on how far north that gets and how successfully it is in dislodging the cold air. Icon again pulls in those cold east northeast winds on Friday into the weekend. It stays cold as well. Early next week, still looking pretty cold. We're sort of losing a blocking, but the low pressure of a milder air from the Atlantic is struggling to get in. That's just set up by the time we get to the end of the Icon run. Gets us midday Friday. Low pressure deepening in the Atlantic. It looks like that's about to start pushing in and turn us milder from around the middle of next week onward. But a cold start to next week there with Icon. But GFS midnight run again. We're bringing in those cold northeasterly winds on Friday. We keep it cold into the weekend as well, and into the beginning of next week. These areas of low pressure are struggling to make their presence felt. So up to the middle of next week, still cold with GFS midnight run and about ridge of high pressure. Better change, which is Wednesday to Thursday, heading up toward day 10. Low pressure starts breaking through from off the Atlantic. So by day 10, we're turning, if not milder, certainly less cold, but also rather unsettled with low pressure and bouts of rain. Of course, the transition might involve a little bit of snow. We won't know that till closer to the time frame. Back into another northerly there on Saturday the 9th of December, and then a low pressure sweeping in from off the Atlantic, and the rest of the GFS midnight run is largely mild. In fact, turns very mild eventually as we move up towards mid-month with the high pressure around France and Germany. Low pressure around Iceland will be dragged up this southwesterly all the way from the Azores. So push a very, very mild air bear right at the very end of the GFS midnight run. The GFS 6Z once more places us in the most cold northeasterly winds for Friday, the first day of meteorological winter. Stays cold into the weekend as well. There might be a few little wintry surprises over the weekend. Beginning of next week, keep the cold theme going as well. So to the middle of next week, all looking relatively quiet but cold. Thursday next week is changeover day. This is 7th of December. So quite a long way off this. It's only it's day 9, so this is quite a long way off. But both GFS runs taking the high pressure down to the south, reintroducing those southwesterly winds. So by the time we get through to day 10, we're looking milder, and then into the extended range. Yes, milder air sweeps in off the Atlantic along with areas of low pressure. So second week of December, significantly milder, but also wetter and windier. If you're enjoying the video, please do you like, share, and subscribe, and show everyone to do that. And why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all about videos. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so much everyone for doing that. We need to put on around 80 subscribers to get ourselves to 17.4k. So if you could give us a sub and tell your friends and family to subscribe, it would be amazing. And we thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. GM, again, we're blocking around Greenland and Iceland. Low pressure, tough low pressure through northwest Europe, and bring down those cold northeasterly winds at the end of the week. So where are we going? There we go. Right. Okay. So we push on into the weekend. Still looking pretty cold, really, over the weekend under this little transient sort of ridge. But by the beginning of next week, the GM has already started to introduce the milder air. So the GM actually brings milder temperatures back in Monday to Tuesday, really. So by the middle of next week, we're much milder, winds pushing up from the southwest. Still mostly dry in the south, but will be outbreaks of rain further north and west. And then just unsettled really through to the second half of next week. Low pressure bringing bouts of rain in across the country, but with winds in from the south looking a lot milder. And then we've got the ECMWF, which looks like this. Once more, high pressure is blocking things out around Greenland, Iceland. Low pressure down across France. Winds are coming in from a cold east or northeasterly direction there at the end of the week. Into the weekend, stays pretty cold under this little ridge of high pressure. That lasts to the beginning of next week as well. Then it's the second half of next week, same as all of the other model output. Milder air starts advancing in from the southwest, turning milder, wetter and windier for days 8, 9, 10, with winds back into the south and to the southwest. That would be very mild, actually. That's a real push of long fetch sort of southerly wind. Bit of a hint of WAA going on, though, warm air advection. See how that southerly is going all the way up into the Arctic. So maybe we could go on another couple of days, that will start to promote this high pressure here. Maybe that will start to inflate and become a Scandi. Too far out to say, though. This is my precipitation forecast based on that ECM run with Meteo.com. So wintry showers will be close to the east coast in the next 24 hours or so. Some rain flirting with the south, but most of the precipitation with that is on the other side of the continent. Maybe some snow shower clipping into the far southeast. Got a bit of a streamer there. That setting up at the end of the week. And also I've got a Pembrokeshire dangler here as well through western, southwestern parts of Wales and down into southwestern England. That might deliver a little bit of wintriness as well. But otherwise, most areas are dry through to the end of the week. Into the weekend, again, not much going on. Early next week, some rain, possibly with a little bit of sleet and snow coming into the far south and southwest. But to be honest, the emphasis is on mostly dry weather until we get to around days 8, 9, 10, and then we get all this wet weather piling in from off the Atlantic, so we turn milder but also wetter as we move to the end of the first week of December. These are the options on the table within the ECM Ensemble Day for Day 10 from ECMWF.int. Gets us to the 8th of December. 32 members of the ECM Ensembles reintroducing milder, wetter and windier conditions. Winds going to the southwest and low pressure bringing outbreaks of rain. So I would assume that includes the operational run. We've got 19, a minority option, but quite a significant minority, keeping it cold though, with high pressure blocking between Iceland and Scotland. Winds with that will be coming in from the east or the northeast, so cold and dry with that option. And then we have got 23 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure down to our south, and that would be bringing up wind from a southwesterly direction there. So that also is milder. So if we put the 13, well, the 23, I suppose, if we put the 23 just here together with the 32 there, then that's it, you know. That gives us a minority, a majority, strong majority, turn things milder. In 2 weeks' time, no, what am I doing with that? What am I doing with that? Hold on. No. Let's go back. I thought something was wrong there, but right, okay. So these are the options. I forget all that happened. I wish Icelandic Met Office would get these cluster scenarios back. These are so cumbersome to use for me to use from ECM. If anybody is watching up the Icelandic Met Office, please, can we have the clusters back? Please, Icelandic Met Office. I will do anything. Literally anything. Well, not anything, but I would do a lot. People at the Icelandic Met Office, I would do a lot to get the clusters back. Please, give us the clusters back. Right, let's do all of that again then. So, these are the options on the table with the ECM Ensembles Day 4, Day 10 gets us to the 8th of December. From ECM.INT. 32 members of the ECM ensembles with low pressure to the west southwest. Everybody could laugh in the comments anyway. Low pressure to the west, high pressure southwest, winds coming up from southwesterly direction. And then the other option, this is the second option for day 10, gets us to the, again, it's the 8th of December, so 19 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure blocking around Greenland, Iceland again. So basically we've got a majority option at day 10, which is mild 32. We've got a minority option 19, which is cold. Right, then we go through to 2 weeks time. So this is for 2 weeks out. These are the options on the table for 2 weeks out. Gets us to the 13th of December. So 23 members of the ECM ensembles are still mild then. High pressure to our south, low pressure in the Atlantic. That bring up a long fetch southwesterly wind. And then the other options, oops, what have I done there? Get rid of that. The other options, this isn't going very well really, this video, is it? The other options are 17 here, with low pressure in from up Atlantic, but it does still involve some blocking up to the north as well, though. And then, so there's 17 doing that, and then finally there's 11 just here with high pressure ridging up from the southwest up to the north. So that's going to be dry. That will be bringing in mild air from the southwest, so that's a mild ridge, but it would depend whether these two areas of high pressure form a block here. If they did, then we will get wind back into the east. But as it is, that is actually bringing up mild air into that high pressure from the southwest. I suppose similar to how the GFS midnight run ended, we should go back to it. So that would be similar to that, I think, bringing up that mild southwesterly airstream. Right, I hope that made sense. It probably didn't, but that's the best I could do for you today. And again, people at the Icelandic Met Office, please, can we have the clusters back? Thank you so much. Right, lastly, CFS V2. It's a 500 millibar high tide broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from 28th of November to the 4th of December. So, because next week we'll have blocking around Greenland. Low pressure will be to our east, and winds will be coming in from a cold northeasterly direction there. So cold wintry for week 1. Week 2, it looks like that. It's the 5th to the 11th of December, still with low pressure in from off the Atlantic, so unsettled, but milder. Winds are reverting back to a westerly, despite quite a lot of northern blocking. Week 3 is going to be 12th to the 18th of December. Low pressure again to our west and northwest, and with that we bring in the wind from west to southwesterly direction. And then lastly, week 4 will be the 19th to the 25th of December, Christmas Day. I promise you we get Christmas Day with this. Low pressure still in the Atlantic, but maybe starting to show signs of sliding a little bit. Possibly starting to go a little bit northwest to southeast. The reason that's happening is because of this big area of high pressure just here. We've got a large block coming back to our northeast. That looks like it could become a proper old Scandi. And if it did, could that start to get wind in to a colder east or northeasterly for Christmas? It's a long way off, but watch this space. Temperature anomalies for week 1 are coming out colder than average. 28th November, 4th of December. Week 2, seeing a bit of a recovery in the temperature, but still a bit on the low side, actually. Bit to the 11th of December. Cold average in the north, near normal elsewhere. Week 3 goes milder. It's between up to the 18th of December, mid-month warm-up. And then lastly, week 4, 19th to 25th of December. That also just a little bit milder than average, about half a degree to 1 degree above normal. We'll see. Right, we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Drop a comment, all that good stuff. Thanks so much, everybody, for doing that. So, just to tell you what's happening tomorrow. Well, we've got the Temp Christmas update coming up for you a little bit later on. So, make sure you check out that. Sort of 6-ish this evening, 6, 7-ish, and then after that, so that'll be it for today, and then tomorrow, GFS UK Weather Forecast, we'll have our latest installment of Strat Watch, and we'll be live at 6 PM, so we'll live stream our 10 to 14 dayer, and I shall see you then for that one. For this one though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.